everybody, it's Shuba. Welcome back to my channel. I cannot believe that February is almost over. Longest month ever besides January. I know that February we have 29 days, so we still have a week left. I am ready for March and I'm ready for spring, and today I'm going to talk about the books that I plan on reading for the month of March. I have quite a few selected here that I plan on reading, but I'm also going to try something new this month. Keep watching and find out what we're doing this month. The first book that I plan on reading for the month of March is Chain Gang All-Stars by Nana Kwame Adjei-Brenyah. Say that 5 times fast. I thought my name was long. This is supposed to be a science fiction dystopian book, and we know that I love a good sci-fi and dystopian society story, so I'm very excited to get reading with this. This book is about 2 women gladiators who are the stars of Chain Gang All-Stars, and they have to fight for their freedom within the prison society system, similar to America's prison system. These 2 women are a part of the cornerstones of CAPE, which CAPE stands for Criminal Action Penal System. CAPE is a highly controversial and profit-raising program in the private prison industry. Think like gladiators in today's society, but in the prison system, and these gladiators have to fight for their freedom. Literally, the prize for being the top gladiator and going through all of these challenges and killing people essentially is to be free of the prison. So you will find your freedom if you win. This is not a very light book to start off my March, but I am very excited to read this since it will be action-packed, and it speaks to some important topics such as America's corrupt prison system, racism, unchecked capitalism, mass incarceration, and what it really means to be free in America. Chain Gang All-Stars is the book that we're reading for book club at Rainy Day Books here in Kansas. It is the bookstore that I frequently go to get all of my books, and I'm excited to be a part of this book club. I think it'll be fun to talk about these important topics and also just chat with more people about books, and I'm really looking forward to that. So this is the first book that I plan on reading because book club will be the second Monday of each month. So this will be the first book that I read. The second book that I have planned on my TBR is a book that I've already read before, and it is Yellowface by R.F. Kuang. This is a very popular book if you have not heard about it, and it looks like it's really bright, so you can't really see here. Maybe if I hold it over here, is it better? I'll just hold it over here. I'm in a new seating area, so the lighting is a little bit off. So we're trying something new. Now, this story centers around a girl named Athena. Athena is an author and writer, and she is very beloved, and her writing is very well known, and people love her storytelling and writing. And then on the other hand, we have a girl named June, and she is a literal nobody. She is not as well known and profound as Athena. One day, Athena dies in a freak accident. So then what happens is that Juniper ends up stealing her manuscript and publishing it as her own under the name of Juniper Song. So big topics of this story include diversity and representation. In the writing world, we have racism, cultural appropriation, and as well as the alienation of social media. This is more of like stealing someone's artwork in the modern world, and social media has a big part of this story as well. As we start reading about Juniper's success, we read more about her first-person point of view and what she will do and what she will not do to keep that success and keep it growing. I remember reading this, I think it was last year. I had read this before or after Babel, I'm not sure, I can't remember, but I'm excited to reread this just because I think I didn't think much about what I was reading last year when I read this story, and I'm excited to really take my notes, annotate a little bit more, and think about the quality of the work and be able to speak more to it. This is my work book club's pick for the month of March. So we all decided that we would read Yellowface together. So I'm excited to reread this book and hopefully gain more insight and kind of think of things that I didn't necessarily think to speak to or think of before when I read it last year. This next book that I plan on reading in the month of March is Cleopatra and Frankenstein by Coco Mellors. I love this cover so much. It's so pretty. This is a literary fiction novel or contemporary fiction. Honestly, I don't know what the difference is. I'm new to this genre. I should Google this, and I'm gonna Google and look it up after the fact. But this is a story that I picked up in December during a Barnes & Noble book haul that I went with my sister and my friend. I will link the video down below for it if you want to take a look at some of the books that I have on my bookshelf. I started reading this book this month, so in February. I maybe read 20 pages, 28 pages, and then I stopped because I thought it deserved more attention and I was not giving it more attention. I'll get into this a little bit later at the end of the video, but I've become more of a mood reader and I just wasn't in the mood to read this story, so I decided to take a break, put it away, and I would try picking it up later. So this month, I really do enjoy what I've read so far. So this book is about a 24-year-old girl from Britain. Her name is Cleo, and she is a painter who moves to New York City so she can kind of find herself and find where she belongs in this world. With the last months of her student visa expiring, and she'll have to go back to Britain, she ends up meeting a guy named Frank. Frank is 20 years plus older than Cleo. They end up hitting it off, they fall in love, and they get married. This story not only guides us through a marriage that changes both of their lives, but we also learn more about Cleo and Frank's close friends and how their marriage affects their friends and loved ones' lives as well. So there's a little bit more about story and background that we get with Cleo and Frank's life. A beautiful novel about marriage and mental wellness. I've heard nothing but good things about Coco Mellors' stories, and I'm hoping to really enjoy this book so that I can pick up Blue Sisters, which comes out, I think, sometime this year. I'm not sure exactly when, but hopefully I'll like this enough to want to read more of her writing. This next book that I have on my TBR is a book that I picked for my February Book of the Month book club from Book of the Month. I think I said that too much. The book is Ready or Not by Cara Bastone, and I've heard nothing but good things about this. Everyone's talking about this book on social media. So I know that February is over. It's usually the month where romance is just thriving. Everyone's just thinking about love. But to me, March is coming. Springtime is here. The sun is out. The weather is getting more beautiful by the day. And this book just screams spring to me. We'll see. Isn't it so pretty? It's beautiful. I love the colors. I love the cover. Probably one of my favorites. And honestly, I only picked this book up because of the cover. And good thing I did, because I am now a romance girl. I read romance. All things romance. Not just romantasy. This is a slow burn romance about a career-driven woman, and her name is Eve, and she has a one-night stand and ends up getting pregnant. We also have Eve's best friend, Willa, who has been trying to get pregnant for a really long time with no success. So it'll be interesting to learn more about their dynamics as Eve and Willa both go through something that's so emotional and physical and mentally changing their body and lives. Eve, our main character, she is trying to find support, and she finds support in one of the most unexpected places. She finds support through Willa's brother, who Eve has known for her entire life. This book is said to be a slow burn romantic story, salacious, and a friends to lovers book about new life and unexpected love. I am very excited to read this book. I've been itching to pick this book up actually since I got it. That just shows how much I want to read about love, because I love love. Alright, so I only picked 4 books to share that are on my TBR that I am definitely planning on reading for the month of March. Other than that, I've decided to keep it very open-ended. I've learned that I have been quite of a mood reader. Some of the books that I planned on reading in February I didn't get to just because I didn't feel like it, and that just means that there's open for things that I want to read, which is great. I have a large bookshelf of books that I plan on reading and want to read, but just haven't got around to it. And my mood is constantly changing, specifically now that I am more into romance at the moment with springtime and love and the weather getting warmer. I want more lightheartedness in the books that I'm planning on reading. So I decided that other than the books that I want to read and I'm definitely going to read, I'm gonna keep it open and we'll see where the wind and my emotions take me for the month of March with the other books that I plan on reading. Now, with that, I do subscribe and am a part of Book of the Month. So each month I get to select a book for the Book of the Month, and that is going to be one of the books that I will plan on reading that month, whatever it may be based on my mood. And then I'm also part of Aardvark Book Club, which is another book club similar to Book of the Month, but they are a small independent company and more things that I want to support in my life. So I am a part of both of those book clubs, and each month I do get to select a book for that month. So those two I will be adding to my TBR and planning on reading. Last but not least, there is a book that I plan on reading, but mostly learning from. I've told myself that 2024 is a year that I just try new things, hence with my Bookstagram and this YouTube channel. Something I want to try more of is to make my own clothes. So I ended up getting this book called How to Sell Clothes, and it is by Amelia, Greenhall, and Amy Bornman. This book was recommended to me by my good friend Alyssa, and she actually used this book to learn how to make her own clothes. So I wanted to try something new. I have a sewing machine and I've been wanting to just try making my own clothes, something that's been on the back of my mind. One of my best friends since college, her name is Amelia. She makes her own clothes, and I will link her social media handle down below because she is a brilliant and amazing writer and creator. So I wanted to kind of try something new as well, and I'm hoping to maybe make like a shirt and short set for my summer vacation. I don't get vacation. I have a full-time job. But just be able to wear around the house and some cute things. So I got this book and it just looks cute and supposed to be very helpful. Maybe I'll learn a few things and I can share what I've done. All right, friends, those are the books that I'm planning on reading for the month of March. Not a lot, but as you keep getting into my channel, I do have vlogs that I post up and other videos I will post sharing the books that I am reading and the books that I will plan on reading that I don't mention here based on my mood and what I want to read. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. I post a video once a week and I hope to see you all soon. Let me know what you're planning on reading for the month of March. Drop it down in my comment section below and I will see you in my next video. Bye!